Good evening, one and all, and welcome to the CBFS T20 League 2022. And we are live here from Sharjah Cricket Stadium once again for the second match of the CBFS T20, brought to you by FanCode and sponsored by SkyExchange.net. Now, we are witnessing the same battle that we saw in the Bukhatir League as well. It was the quarter-final match that was played between Interglobe Marine and 11 Ace. And today here we are witnessing it in a different format. It's going to be a T20 format. And mind you, it's going to be a cracker of a match. Let's quickly head down for Nishant, where he has the two captains out there for the toss.
Same pitch being used as yesterday, and I've moved a little further away from the crease to talk about the pitch today. Now you must be wondering, what am I doing this far down the pitch talking about the pitch? But I just wanted to mention a couple of things about the pitch, and that was possible here. Now if I try to feel this pitch right now, what happens is it feels a lot more abrasive than it was yesterday. And the sheen also is there, but not as much as yesterday. So just goes to show that this pitch is actually deteriorating a little bit. And of course you could see the white marks of the bowlers hitting the areas. You must be wondering that how does it matter this far down the wicket? But it does, because the bowlers seem to be bowling a shortish length. Yesterday we saw a little bit of tennis ball bounce, so the cutters will come in and change of pace will come in. But once again, I've been a fan of this thing right from the Bukhatir League. Win the toss, bat first. Well, it's once again time for a new match of this tournament, the SkyExchange.net Sharjah CBFS T20 Season 2, powered by FanCode. Today the match is between Interglobe Marine and 11 Ace. To my left is the captain of Interglobe Marine, Asif Mumtaz. Bang in the center is the match ref, Mr. Tahseen Javed. And to the extreme left is the 11 Ace captain, Conan Abbas. Well, of course, not to forget our toss partners for this tournament, Arba Sports Services. Well, the home team is IGM, so Asif will spin, Conan will call. Tails is the call. It's a head. Asif, on the toss, what will you do?
Yeah, we will bat first.
Well, any specific reason there? Yesterday the team wanted to bowl.
Yeah, but we have some batting shot, so 2-3 players out of UAE, so that's why we have a bowling strength is too much. So because lots of option in the bowling as well, so that's why we are going for the batting. So it's a good score in first batting, so we will defend.
What is the score that you are looking at batting first?
Minimum 180.
And how is it going to be changing from 50 over cricket to 20 over cricket? The plan, the strategy?
Yeah, no problem, because in 50 overs in whole year in one tournament only, so all players used to.
Okay, good luck for the game and the tournament.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Conan, what would you have done?
I think I would have done the same thing. First game, batted first.
And so now immediately you have to change from 50 over cricket to 20 over cricket. Had a pretty decent run in the Bukhatir League. How do you want to translate it into this?
I think we have done really well in the 50 over game. The factor is that it's a new team as well. So coming back to T20 cricket, most of them in UAE play a lot of T20 cricket. So it's just one-off 50 over cricket which happened. I think we're all set to play the T20 and do well.
And what is the score that you think will be a good one to chase down?
I think 180 on this wicket, from 170 to 180 will be a par score. So we would love to restrict them within at least 170, what we are looking at.
Well, good luck for the game and the tournament. Looking forward to seeing a lot more from you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So that is the news from the middle. Well, change straight away. The captain of Interglobe Marine, Asif Mumtaz, has won the toss. He's elected to bat.
Very interesting there. winning the toss, electing to bat first. That hasn't been the norm here, but as Nishant said earlier, that wicket is conducive to batting first here. It's going to be deteriorating. But let's quickly look at the teams that are playing here. Interglobe Marine, Asif Mumtaz, the captain. Ahmed Shafiq, the left-arm spinner. The very talented Asif Khan, the opening batter. Hamid Khan, Harry Barwal, Hazrat Lukman, Mohammad Zahid, Sandeep Singh Sandy, Shanawaz Khan, Tokir Riyasat, Yasir Kaleem, the man behind the stumps. And for team 11 aces, the captain and the wicketkeeper, Konain Abbas, Shahan Akram, Usman Khan, KK Jias, Hafizur Rahman, Rahul Bhatia, Rahul Khanna, Sagar Kalyan, Rahul Chopra, Khalid Shah, and Nilansh Keswani. Now, along with that, joining me in the comm box is one of my dear friends, Nadeem. Welcome, Nadeem. Very good evening.
Good evening, Asim. Well, two very competitive side consist of a lot of experience and talented players. It will be a cracker of a match here tonight, and it will be very interesting as well, Asim, how the wicket behaves.
Absolutely. We've seen that, the wicket gets a bit tricky in the second innings. It keeps, there are variable bounces that we've seen there. So I think a pretty wise move coming in, come out, have a bat first, put runs on board, get a competitive total around, 140, 145 will be a very decent total on this track. It's not going to be easy later on. Yes, there will be dew that's going to come in, but what's more important is how the wicket actually plays. If it slows down, it's not going to be easy for the batters.
And definitely, and another thing which we noticed yesterday, that when the ball is new, at that time, the batters found little easy to time the ball. And when it gets older, along with the wicket, it will become very difficult. At that point of time, a smart cricket like taking singles and doubles will also be very important apart from boundaries.
Well, absolutely. Singles and doubles are going to be very, very crucial. It's just not about hitting boundaries. It's got to be very, very smart and play as per the situation. And the situation right now is that Interglobe Marine is batting first after winning the toss. They want to make full use of the hardness which is there on the surface, which tends to slow down as the game progresses.
And the bowler first up to start is Hafiz, left arm, medium fast bowler. And he has got something very special in swinger for the right-hander. Let's hope that he utilizes that swing properly while pitching the ball up. Last time in the Bukhatar League, in couple of matches, in the first match he picked 6 wickets, where he actually applied his skill of swinging the ball into the right-handed batter. And the wicket that he took off Fayaz was a peach of a delivery. But since then, after that, he started bowling short, and that really didn't help him getting more wickets, and he ended up getting only 9 wickets in Bukhatar League.
Well, absolutely. It'll be a different format and a different approach coming through from the bowlers as well. Now, this has been supportive for the bowlers. Have to wait and see how smart they turn out to be here on this given day. Some delays here in the proceedings. Not sure what exactly is the reason, but looks like we're all set in readiness. The game.
Actually, the time is going to start now. The players were a little too early over there in the middle. It's a very professional tournament. Always happens here in Sharjah. So umpires want to start the proceeding as per the exact time, which is 8 p.m. here in UAE.
Well, fair enough in that opinion. Pretty spot on in terms of their approach.
Now then, Hafiz with the first ball, and will be bowling to Asif. And pitched up, driven away toward the offside. Good start for Asif. There is a fielder chasing it. He will cut off, but batters will take 3.
Well, it's a slow outfield, and it's a long boundary as well. So 3 runs added. Good, glorious looking shot. Pitched up right in front of his eyes there. And driving it to perfection, Lala. Now, what's it? You know, if you observe closely, Interglobe Marine had a similar shade of their kit in the Bukhatar League as well, the 50 overs. They have gone with the same color combination.
Yeah, it looks good at them. This time, Hamid, well, he wanted to whack it over mid-wicket. Ball took an inside edge and went for a boundary. A lucky boundary, rather, I'll say that. That's a strange shot coming up on the first ball. But they will get it. They got a boundary on this ball. It's a T20 format game. It doesn't matter really how the runs comes. The most important thing that it should come.
Definitely. And watching Hamid for the first time, known that he's a very aggressive player. It'll be interesting to see how he takes his approach towards his game. You know, that very, very aggressive in his approach. Again, a wild swing coming in from Hamid. That in-swinging delivery of Hafizur Rahman is very, very dangerous. You just can't go cross-batted.
Well, the good thing which I see today with Hafiz is that he is pitching the ball up. He is utilizing the swing which he gets, and that's very important. Those inside edges can come. It's cricket, that's part of the game. But the intent is very positive from Hafiz.
Well, I think he's backing his strengths here, trying to swing the ball in, and it's always, we've seen that that has been a difficult affair to deal with. The ball coming into the right-hander from a left-arm pacer. And even in international cricket, you know, greats like Rohit Sharma, they face this problem. Again, played it down, not timing it to perfection, will manage to get a single.
Well, last three balls, almost similar kind of shots are played. And still, Hamid needs to find meat of the bat. Well, I'll rather say that, okay, good first over coming up from Hafiz, although he couldn't get a success, but it's the line and the length is much better.
Eight for no loss here, IGM, and Hafiz here into his fifth ball. Short delivery, pulled, not so convincing, will just get a single.
Well, Asim talking about that end swingers from the left arm, they have definitely created a lot of problems for the right-handed batters with that end swing delivery. You mentioned Rohit Sharma lately. He struggled a lot with that delivery. We have seen a few times Amar getting him out, and then lately Shaheen Afridi has also troubled him. But I'll tell you, after this over, there was one batsman, he really used to play such delivery with tremendous skill and ability. Meanwhile, it's first over completed for IGM tonight, and they have scored 9 without losing any wicket.
Here comes the talented change of team here for Nilansh Keswani. He has moved to 11 A's. Now, responsibility will be the same that he had with DC Starlets. But here playing with experienced campaigners here. Nicely bowled, that drift coming in the air for Nilansh. And very interesting, the man behind the stumps here today, it's not Konain Abbas, it's Usman Khan, the wicketkeeper.
That's a strange move.
Well, drifting down on the pads, slow outfield there, fielder giving it a chase. And Hafiz manages to pull it in. You'll have to closely check.
Also, there is a interesting change in the batting order, Asim. Sandeep Singh has not come to open the bat tonight along with Asif. He is the usual pair. And it's a T20 format as well. Well, umpire is checking whether it's a boundary or not. Yes, it's 4 runs given by the umpire.
It just felt like the moment he was pulling the ball in, he had touched the ropes. And that's going to be 4 runs for Asif Lala. Nilansh Keswani, very, very promising talent. Beautifully bowled.
A beautiful ball. For a moment, Hamid bat was in the air.
Now, talking about Sandeep and, Sandeep Singh Sandy not asked to open, I think there can be 2 possible reasons for that. One is his current form, the way he is playing at the moment, not able to get runs as freely as he usually gets and not able to score consistently. That could be one of the reasons. Second is the fact that Hamid is naturally very aggressive and he is very suitable for this T20 format, especially in the shorter format. And this is played to the shorter boundary towards extra cover, and that will be another boundary. What a timing there from Asif Lala.
Look at that experience of the player, beautifully timed, and he knew where the gap is. Very important boundary coming up from IGM. They already reached to 17 without losing any wicket. Still a ball to go in this over.
Again, a beautiful comeback here from Nilansh Keswani. 8 runs coming off that. IGM 17 for no loss.
Al Hafiz will be bowling a second over from Sharjah Cricket Academy end, and he is up against Hamid. This time short delivery again. Hamid misses it. It was an opportunity. I think he came too early on this ball. Ball went a little slow. That is something I noticed, Asim.
Well, he's just being now, having that anxiety of not connecting the ball, being too anxious at the moment. He likes to keep himself busy. He likes to score runs at a brisk pace. And he's just not able to get that connection that we're talking about. They'll have to bat very sensibly, especially Asif Khan and Yasir Kaleem. They'll have to play a very important role here. This has been played down towards the long on, in fact, I beg your pardon, towards mid-wicket. And a couple of runs. In fact, just a single there.
Well, Asim, we were talking about a little while ago about that end swinging delivery which left arm bowlers bowled to the right-hander batters. Early 90s, when Wasim Akram was on his peak, and he utilizes that particular delivery very well, and he troubled a lot of batters around the world. One batter which I have seen playing that so convincingly was Windies' great Desmond Hands. I have literally seen him playing with the soft hand and getting every now and then boundary on that particular delivery.
Pulled in the air, not convincing looking shot there, but good effort in the field. Couple of runs here for Asif Khan, but not in complete control of the shot that was played there. Look at that, there's digging shot, pulling it from outside the off stump. Not the ideal connection there, but good effort in the deep from Shahan Akram.
Very good effort. He has definitely saved a couple of runs for his team. So far, what we have seen, except one shot which Asif played against Nelanch, I believe, they are struggling to time the ball already.
Well, especially Hamid, who's not able to have that convincing flow to his innings so far, but it's just the initial 6 balls that he's faced. Up in the air, chance for the fielder. Bowler coming himself underneath and makes a mess of it. He should have left it for Kunayan Abbas, who was almost there. And a lifeline, a big life for Asif Khan. A very, very unusual shot there. And Hafiz is just making a mess of the entire effort that he put in to force the batsman make an error.
Well, first of all, I mean, even the previous shot which Asif played, he tried to drag the ball from outside off actually towards the mid wicket, and he tried to do again. But as far as the catch drop is concerned, Hafiz was never in control right from the beginning. As you rightly said, that he should have left this catch to be taken by the fielder over there. He was at a better position.
Well, now he's just being very risky out here in terms of his approach. Hamid is trying to throw kitchen sink at everything. It's the third over of the power play. IGM 21 for no loss. Yes, they would need a start. That is important. We saw that in the previous game. TVSL, flying off to a start. And then things slowed down as after the power play, which will possibly happen when the spinners come into to contest. However, it's important that IGM assesses their current condition, which is they are playing with less number of batters today compared to the balance in the bowling attack. They're literally playing with 6 regular bowlers.
Maybe that's one of the reasons that Sandeep is kept back, and but nevertheless, things are not going well for Hamid especially. Well, it's a usual, technique. I remember when we play usually a tap ball cricket, 5 overs, 6 overs. That okay, you swing the bag as hard as you can, no matter ball connects it or not. But at least the people sitting outside, okay, they know that okay, the player is at least he is trying. And this time he connects it well. The ball was closer to him. Hit straight shot for a boundary.
Finally, connection made there by Hamid. Playing it straight with a cross bat. And gets a boundary, a good finish to the over. 3 overs gone, IGM 25 for no loss. Interesting move here. KK Gias introduced into the attack and immediately has been deposited for a boundary. One bounce. And what a welcome here for the left-arm Chinaman.
Well, he's a very good bowler, but Asif is also a brilliant batter, and this time it was closer to him. Well, Gias bowled very well in Bukhatar League, especially the googly which he was bowling against right-handed batters. It will be very interesting, Asim.
Well, Asif was on that occasion was like, if you're a Chinaman, I'm a batsman. Let me answer you in my style.
And that's what we know about Asif, but what a beauty of the ball, the last delivery. Short delivery this time, pulled it toward the mid-wicket area. Ball is racing away toward the boundary line. But good effort by the fielder over there.
Well, we'll have to go after the match or probably in the innings break and check if there is a cushion sponsored by Future Mattress underneath the grass layer. We'll have to check that because the outfield is not quick. It is really slow. Look at that bounce after bouncing on the grass. The ball did not travel at all. Again a short delivery. This time's punished and the ball's going away for a boundary towards mid-wicket. Good looking shot. Look at that. It was a short delivery. Waiting for it, did not commit to the shot too early, and that was the hallmark of that shot from Asif Lala.
Well, spinner is giving runs. That's not a good news for 11S. And that too, their pick of one of their premium spin bowler, Jehaz. But it's a good start for IGM, 35 without losing any wicket after 3.4 overs.
Playing off the back foot there. And that's going to be a dot ball. 35 for no loss. 3.5 overs here. Nicely tucked around towards mid-wicket, and there is a chase being put in by Rahul Chopra. 4 overs gone. IGM 36 for none. So change here from the Sharjah Academy end. Hafiz will just bowl 2 in the first spell. And it's time for Rahul Khanna to roll in a few overs here. And will be interesting to see how Asif deals with him. It's 36 for none. They're cruising at 9 and over.
Well, still power play is on, so batters definitely would like to make some runs, and usually we have seen Rahul Khanna doesn't get that much swing the way Hafiz gets, but it will be interesting that how he bowls tonight. And he is up against Asif. Nicely played. Good ball as well.
Now if you take us back to the Bukhatar League, Rahul Khanna was pick of the bowlers there for 11 ace in that game. Yes, they were on the losing side, but he was the one who picked up the wickets. The opening pair was being sent back to the pavilion by Rahul Khanna. It was Asif Lala and Sandeep Singh Sandhi. Both were dismissed by this very bowler. So I think they are trying to back that particular aspect that he has been successful against Asif Khan. But it's just about a game.
And this time short ball and pulled away toward the deep mid-wicket area for a 4. Beautiful shot.
Now the way Asif Khan bats, it doesn't seem like this wicket is a difficult wicket to bat on. He continuously finds those boundaries, and this is what experience brings you on table. You have experience on table. You assess the conditions pretty early in the innings when you're approaching your batting. When you play a couple of balls, you know how the ball is coming onto the bat. That's how you completely adapt to the situation. Play your shots a bit late when the wicket's on the slower side.
That's the key. Play your shots late. And this time, short ball, cut away for another boundary. Beautiful shot from Asif.
Short ball closer to the stumps. It was pulled. Short ball wide outside the off stump. Cut away. Now this is excellent stuff here from Asif Lala. He's batting beautifully. The way he is batting at the moment is not just letting us feel that there is anything left in this wicket for the bowlers.
Beautiful batting, but also the bowlers are helping Asim, I will say. I mean, it was too short and outside off stump. The previous ball was short and toward the leg side. Definitely, Asif is playing nice, and this time he goes straight for a boundary. Beautiful shot again. Well, Asif is making it ridiculously easy.
Look at that. That was a length ball again. One leg out of the way, and there she goes. He's batting beautifully. Very, very comprehensive in his approach. It was not timed to perfection there, but all what matters is the clear intentions that he has. Anything that is in his zone, he will go after it. And I think that's one of the reasons the ball he did not time the ball well is because of the wicket. It's not coming onto the bat easy. Yes, he's getting those timely boundaries, but it cannot be taken out of consideration that this is not easy to bat on.
Again, this time full toss on the leg side. Again, he played beautifully. Another boundary.
He's just dealing in boundaries and sixes at the moment. And look at that. On top of it, it is a no ball. So it's going to be a free hit on offer for Asif Khan. It was a low dipping full toss. And look how beautifully he managed to pick up the gap.
Asif, is he taking the revenge of the wicket which Rahul Khanna took in the last game in Bukhatir League? 17 runs he has already scored and still a couple of deliveries remaining in this over.
Well, I did not remember the kind of celebration Rahul Khanna had after picking up Asif's wicket. But if it was a very aggressive celebration after picking up the wicket, I'm sure that is the revenge then.
And this time full toss, hammered over mid-off. I think one bounce for a 4. I think it's a 6 given by the umpire.
Well, that was a convincing looking way to make full use of the free hit delivery. And suddenly, 4 overs, 36 for no loss. And a ball to go in the 5th over. They're already 59 for no loss.
23 runs have already come in this over. Still a ball to go. And the way Asif is playing, I don't think he is in a mood of slowing down over there. He would like to make full use of this particular delivery as well. Very costly over coming from Rahul Khanna.
Well, Khanna really needs to pull his socks here. Because the man on the other end is Chaukanna.
Nice description. Full toss. And this time he played gently toward the leg side. And he will get another 2.
That's 50 up for Asif Khan. What a knock. Within the power play, he has brought up his 50. 5 overs, 61 for no loss, and 50 runs of 23 balls for Asif Khan. That's the class that we're talking about of this man. That was Asif Khan's show so far in the first 5 overs. And I'm not sure when was the last time that we see a batting highlights of a half century within the first 5 overs of the match. He was all over the place in terms of his shot selection. Batting beautifully. And it is Nilansh Keswani who's been brought back into the attack after that only over that he bowled in the power play. He's been asked to come out and put brakes on the scoring here. It's Konain Abbas who's leading the side. Mind you, there is no Sharif Asadullah.
Well, both the teams are short of some players. And this time again, played uppishly, but it went in the gap. It could be another boundary. Yes, it is.
So Hamid Khan, he is opening his wings here. Wasn't a convincing looking shot again, but all what matters is 4 good runs. Look at how beautifully did he carve that. IGM 65 for no loss. The way they are going looks like, you know, they're easily getting to the 165, 170 mark. Once again, towards extra cover, so they're dealing in boundaries and sixes at the moment. 69 for no loss.
This was definitely came from the middle of the bat from Hamid, and I think this is the first shot that he played so convincingly. Another very important thing that the way Asif is playing, it's really reducing the pressure on Hamid. He was struggling to time the ball, but now even he is also getting his shots.
I mean, when your partner keeps on, batting so, fluently. Once again, nicely played. That's hammered. And that's going to be another boundary. So 3 in 3 for Hamid. He gets into the act. What a shot. I mean, forget the technique. Focus on the result. That's the key message here from Hamid Khan.
Indeed. Results are very important. As far as runs are there on the board, even at, international level, nowadays selectors see the strike rate. They see the sixes which are hit. They really don't see the technique of the batsman, the footwork of the batsman.
Just as you talk about the footwork and adjusting his foot, the lace, trying to make sure that he gets his foot movement. I'm not sure how that's going to help, but nonetheless. This has been played towards the square leg. And another boundary. So 4 boundaries on the trot for Hamid. And suddenly he looks a different version of Hamid that has come into this game.
Well, another aggressive shot, and I think he has understood what Nilesh is actually delivering to him. Almost every ball is drifting down the leg side towards him, and he is making full use of that. Last ball of the power play of IGM.
Now, this time no proper connection though, but what's important is that he'll get a single and will keep strike. End of the power play. IGM 78 for none.
These are the highlights. Was Asif show for more part. Beautiful shot it was, and this time first ball of Jihaz he put away for a boundary. Again a short delivery, and this was played by Asif for another boundary. This was a beautiful cut shot, and this was played straight down the ground for another boundary. And this was a 6 on the free hit. And Asif completed his 50 on just 23 balls. Very good start for IGM. 78 without losing any wicket in 6 overs. In this difficult pitch, rather, I'll say. We were talking about yesterday that 150, 160 can be a very good target And the way IGM is going, it seems like that they have definite chance of scoring 200 runs. And this time, he hits it away. There is a chance for the fielder. He drops him. Well, second chance is dropped. This time, Hamid is the lucky one. Dropped by the fielder over there. Both the batters have got a chance. Jias. Beautiful delivery. Beaten Asif. This is one of the quality of Jihas, bowling those googlies to the right-handed batters. Well, things are not really going well for 11 ace. And this time he hits it toward the vacant area over there at long off. Another 2 runs will get added to the score. At one side, when the batters of IGM are playing well, on the other side, fielding is really very poor, especially the catching from 11S. Those 2 catches are really going to hurt them. And this time Asif goes straight and long for half a dozen. Straight 6 coming up from Asif. Asif, today, he is in a different mood. Look at that. Beautiful shot, straight 6.
Is there anything, any formula to stop this man from this onslaught? 87 for no loss, 7th over. And they just have no answers. And they have got Gias coming in from the shorter boundary.
I think they want to utilize the spinners now. And they took a risk to let Jehaz bowl from that end because he is an experienced bowler. And that can be one reason.
Well, I mean, let's quickly check out on the bowlers' options that they have. They don't have an off spinner per se coming into this in the team apart from Shahan Akram, who's not a regular bowler in the T20 format. We have Gias, who gets the ball in and gets the ball away. That means he's a left-arm leg spinner who can get the ball in to the right-handers, which is bowling at the shorter boundary. I'm not sure how valid would that be as a captain to make that sort of a call. And you have 2 left-arm spinners in the form of Nilansh Keswani, who's bowled 2, and there is 4 overs coming in from Rahul Bhatia. They can bowl at the shorter boundary because the ball is going to go away from the right-hander. Give them the longer offside.
Well, I'm sure that their captain is thinking right. Meanwhile, 7 overs completed. IGM has scored 88 without losing any wicket.
Change in the bowling from the Bukhatar end. It is Shahan Akram. So the move of getting Gias from the other end, it's justified by getting an off spinner who will bowl to the longer boundary. And with that change, we have a change in the voice in the comm box as well. It is Nishan Majetia joining me in the comm box. And meanwhile, it is Asif Khan who has pulled it in the gap. Is there any formula to stop this man, Nishant?
A very complex formula. A lot of chemistry involved in that. But the end result being, you have to get him out. Shortish again, that's been pulled away, but what a knock this has been, what a start. This has been outstanding indeed.
I think the only formula that I feel here is ball bad balls and ball slow balls as much as possible. Let him use his power to clear the bigger boundary. That's the only way you can actually pick up a wicket. Good balls seem to be getting dispatched everywhere on the ground.
And that's again put away. And there is a fielder. Nilansh will cut it off. Couple of runs added to the tally then.
Shahan is getting some turn from the surface. He's usually a big turner of the ball. Not on that occasion, a flatter delivery. Played it towards the mid-wicket. And Rahul keeps it down to a single. They've got those runs here that they were looking for in the form of a start. And what a dream start here on a wicket that is not so easy to bat on.
And he goes towards long on. That's 6 more. 100 up in the 8th over. This is turning out to be huge. Massive shot.
Sometimes when I see him bat, I wonder, why didn't he travel to Australia?
Yes, probably could have helped UAE a little more. Hamid at the other end, he is batting on 31 of 18, and that's another big one. 6 runs, 6 more.
Looks like it is a highlight package that you're watching here in Sharjah Cricket Stadium. Anything in his zone is just not staying within the field of play. 8 gone, IGM 108 for no loss. KK Gias, he'll continue from the SCA end. And it's up in the air. Chance for the fielder. Has he taken it? Well, looks like he has. He's pretty confident. Not sure if the umpire will want to have a look at it again. Well, that's a clean collect from Rahul Chopra. Top catch from a top player. And that's the first casualty for IGM in the form of Hamid Khan. He's making his way back to the pavilion for 39 of 19 deliveries with 6 boundaries to his name. IGM 108 for 1. New man in is Yasir Kaleem. Mr. Bukhatir, Mr. IGM, call him whatever you want. Man with the golden arm. And gets off the mark on the very first ball. That will bring Asif Khan on strike. Now we'll have to we'll wait and see what's the approach that he opts for here. Does he continue to go berserk, or does he pulls himself down in terms of his approach?
Too far outside the off stump, cut away. His approach continues. The answer comes in, and he will find another boundary.
Well, get a medicine. Call a doctor. Call emergency to stop this man, because he is unstoppable at the moment.
Going on brilliantly at this point in time. No two ways about it. 13.29 runs and over.
What a knock. I mean, reminds you of a similar sort of a knock. He played twice against Future Mattress, once in ICC Academy, once here in Sharjah in the final of the last year's CBFS T20. Scored about 140 odd runs single-handedly. And he knows to score big. That is the best part about Asif Khan. This time, cut away. Ball's racing away towards boundary. It's a slow outfield. And the ball will win the race. Eventually.
A lovely, lovely shot again. Just trying to make sure that he doesn't allow Asif to go across the line. He's bowled wide outside the off stump and has conceded a couple of boundaries.
Well, look at that interesting projected score there. If they go at 15 per over, 285, 17 per over, 307. Now, that's too optimistic. Let's take at what they're going at right now. 265 with 13.25 runs per over.
And for a change, he defends one and picks up a single. 9 overs bowled, 118 for the loss of 1 wicket.
And Shahan Akram continues here. That was a decent delivery. For a change, something that was not within the arc for Asif Khan. And they've kept players in that zone where he's targeting the most. And the man on your screen knows a thing or two about playing on the offside.
That is why he's coming round the wicket, not giving him room at all. 119 for 1 in the 10th over here.
A new willow for Yasir Kaleem. Hope he has knocked it pretty well. If not, give it to Asif Khan. It will be seasoned in a couple of overs.
Yes, absolutely. The way he's batting right now. 120 for the loss of 1 wicket. And well, Asif decides to go over long on again, just wide of the fielder. And they will find a boundary.
Well, that was an effort that was put in by Khalid Shah, but he was double-minded as to when to put in that dive. Otherwise, he's a very good outfield fielder. Doesn't hesitate in diving, but at that moment was just a bit confused, double-minded, I'd say, when to put in that dive. He moves into 90s.
This knock reminds me of Rohit Sharma's knock against Sri Lanka. Clipped away. They won't get a run.
Well, even in that knock, he started off very slowly, if you observe. And then he went berserk. Went to drive that ball, completely missing the line. That was a very, very rare phenomena in the game. Look at that. Something in his zone, he missed it. And that's a dot ball, and at a halfway mark, Interglobe Marine, 124 for 1. And that's a single taken in the typical Yasir Kaleem fashion towards the long off. And he brings the danger man on strike. He's batting on 90 of 39. Nicely pushed. Just a bit conservative on his approach now after reaching that 90s. Getting an easy single. Or is it because it's Gia's last over, he doesn't want to take a chance?
It would be a wise thing to do. It would be a wise thing to do. Yes, that match that we were talking about, Rohit was batting on 17. Oh, that's a big appeal, but I think impact was outside off. Very, very good delivery there. He was batting on 10 of 8, 17 of 11, and then got to his 100 of 35 balls.
Well, you know, in terms of talent, I think loads of talent there. You talk about the Indian captain, but consistency has been that sort of a grey area for him. Records, yes. None of the records are safe when it's about when he is in touch, when he wants to go after the bowling. Someone who gets 2 double centuries, 3, in fact 3 double centuries. That's a record in itself, and it's going to be a tough one to break.
Well, I won't be surprised if tomorrow there are other batsmen who get more than 3 double hundreds in ODIs, but that record of 264, that is going to be very tough to break as the highest individual score. I would still probably feel that, okay, an opening batsman or a number 3 batsman gets to bat 50 overs, will get double hundreds. But 264, that was one crazy innings. 11 overs bowled, it's 129 for 1.
playing it down the ground. And it's going to be a single. Rahul Bhatia has been introduced for the first time. And it's going to be Asif Khan now. Pitching it outside the off stump is going to be crime against this man on a shorter boundary.
Now, the way Asif is batting, pitching anywhere seems to be a crime. I mean, it's as if he has unlocked the cheat code on a computer game. We used to do that as kids, get big bats, touch the ball and flies for 6.
Shot, glorious, and that has gone to the boundary in a flash.
Well, I had been hearing a lot about this man all through the Bukhatar League and was waiting to see this man unleash himself. Finally, I get to know tonight what the hype about Asif Khan is.
Well, definitely such innings. He needs to frame this out, maybe create a playlist out of it, push it on YouTube, do a sponsored campaign against that, make it viral so that it reaches the right people who can make the decision to put him in the team.
Well, I'm pretty sure those people will be following these games. I mean, they should be, ideally. And when he's batting like this, you cannot give him such gifts. Now, that's not just an extra run, that's also strike for the next 2 balls. Which would mean that an over which has been good so far, 6 runs, if you remove that extra run, could be 19. And that could be a no ball. But it's a spinner bowling, so the umpire will be a little lenient.
And definitely looks at the trajectory, you know, how it's bowled, how it's going to dip as well, because it's not about where the impact is of the shot, but it's about you are being in an upright situation. That's something which many players fail to relate it to. That's what the law says. You have to be in an upright position, and then it has to be above the waist.
And mostly when it's a high pull toss, you actually try to play it across the line. And when you are playing the pull shot, either you're crouching or you're arcing back. In both the cases, you're not in an upright position. And that's why the ball seems to be a lot higher than it actually is.
Absolutely. Interesting conversation. We'll take that up in the next over. 12 gone, IGM 138 for 1. Khanna comes into the attack. Yasir batting on 7 of 9 will be facing him and plays it down the ground for a single. Cool customer there, Yasir Kaleem. Starts off silently.
Yeah, I mean, he's been again one of those characters we've really loved watching on the field. his calm demeanor. He's always got this half a smile on his face. No nonsense man.
And bowlers would actually love to bowl against Yasir Kaleem when he's fresh on the wicket, so that he is facing that the bowler is bowling at him when he's calm, when he wants to settle down, and the bowler would not mind him settling down at that time by bowling him wicket to wicket, let him play when he's calm. But when he is set, you would not want to come closer to his arc. Meanwhile, Asif Khan batting on 99 of 45. And what a knock, what a century from Asif Khan. Top knock. And even my co-commentator is clapping out there, standing ovation from the dugout. And after this innings, when you see the way he has batted, trust me, we doubt our abilities of judging the wicket.
Well, sometimes I always believe in one thing, that pitch reports are probably the biggest bluffs in sports broadcast, and that's because of players like him.
Well, in short, they make you feel like a fool. You know, completely contradictory. But again, I would still back myself and what you said during the pitch report. It's not an easy wicket to bat on. He is an exceptional character. The way he has batted, it's not going to be easy for anyone to come out and throw kitchen sink at it.
Oh, that's a full toss. You don't bowl that. That's a longer part of the ground. No, it's a shorter part of the ground, beg your pardon, and it's gone for 6.
Well, even if that would have been in the longer part, that would have still been on the roof. Now, he has been testing the fielders, testing the bowlers. Now he's testing the cameramen as well. Well, do you have the reflex? Well, try hitting me here. That's what Asif Khan did. Luckily, it landed on the canopies there. Well, looks like a clear message coming in from Asif. Rahul, I've got my 100. Let me give you a 50.
There's still some time, though. That's a good change in pace.
That's what these small breaks give you, those breathing space. But I'm not sure how well he has made use of it, Rahul Khanna. It's a no ball. He'll have to bowl it again, and that's going to be a free hit. Anyways, it's looking like a free hit show.
Oh, yes. 106 of 48 deliveries. And he's cleaned him up.
Doesn't matter. It's a free hit. And they will get 4 runs. Look at the fortune here. 4 byes. He hit the stumps. went through his defense. In fact, went through his attack.
Yeah, let's just say went through him. 150 up with those 4 buys. Very unfortunate.
Now I just want to go down near the dugout, talk to Asif Mumtaz and ask him, what target are you targeting? Did he give a certain number?
He said 180 comfortably.
Well, I think even at 3 and over from here, they can still get to that mark. One ball to go in the 13th. 152 for 1.
This time he'll be gone. Again, a slow delivery, little fuller this time. Asif just wanted to carry on, and I think there is nothing wrong in that. He's done his job. He's got to the 100. The best thing he could have done was kept the momentum going. Fails to do so, gets out, doesn't matter. Excellent innings from him, comes to an end. 152 for 2 as Asif Khan departs to 106 of 50 deliveries.
A champion knock from a champion player comes to an end. Deserves a standing applause there. This crowd who has come out to watch, and they are applauding that sort of a knock. What an innings here from Asif Khan. Top knock from a top player. Now, not sure what Sandeep was doing there. He wanted to take 2. We'll have to wait and see what has happened. He doesn't look confident there. Nowhere in the frame, nowhere in the frame. Yes, he comes in the frame. And it's close. It's very close. You got to have another look there. It's close. Nishant, what's your say?
It looks more out than in to me, to be very honest.
Well, definitely would want to check that again. Take Sandeep a bit behind. Well, need to stop the frame.
As you said, it's very close. He's in. I think he's in.
Yes, marginally, I think by just 1 frame. It was a very close affair, but I think marginally with that 1 frame, but we'll have to wait and see what the third umpire has to say about this, but it was very close.
Of course, the third umpire has a better view.
Out. I think it belongs to the third umpire what he has to judge about it, because with that lost frame, cannot actually say whether he has made it or not. Here, when the bails are completely dislodged, he is in. But here, exactly at this point, when the bails are completely dislodged, he is in. But that 1 frame is where the difference is coming in here.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that the third umpire has a better view. Because there were different set of cameras as well.
I felt Sandeep once felt that it was, he is gone. He's going to be walking back with his body, his reaction there. But then that's not the case. He'll be facing his first ball. And I was not surprised that he was being sent up the order. I thought he was being kept there as a finishing role. But I think Asif has laid that foundation. Now anything here is actually as good as giving the final touches.
Because I think the kind of start that they've got, now there is no point in holding back. They just have to keep going like this. No two ways about it is what I feel.
That's nicely played there for a single. Now, this will be that phase for another 2-3 overs where Team 11 Ace can probably try to pull strings here in their favor, because it's not going to be the fireworks, the pre-Diwali fireworks that Asif Lala has shown us. It's not going to be going at that same brisk pace.
Unless, of course, Sandeep decides to just take the mantle on from him and go bang bang himself.
Have to wait and see what approach does he have here. That was beautifully bowled. Nicely adjusted, I would say, by Sandeep, but that was top ball. I think so far the best ball of the match.
What a delivery that was. Just fired in by Rahul.
It was not just that quick delivery, but the way it held its line, and at the last moment it moved in. That was that sharp movement that you're talking about. Well, doesn't matter to this man. The man from Punjab strikes, and he strikes hard, and when he strikes them, you better don't get in the way.
Yeah, that was a very flat 6 there. What a way to finish the over. 14 bowled, 161 for 2. So Nilansh is back in the attack. 2 overs for 25 runs. Went for quite a bit. Nicely driven this time. They will pick up another single. Sandeep will be on strike. 7 of 4 is what he's batting on. Shortish delivery. That's dragged away from outside off. Will pick up another single.
Now, I think it has to be a smart approach from both these batters. Sandeep, who's pretty strong on the onside, should bat a lot from this end. And Yasir Kaleem, who's very strong on the offside, should face maximum deliveries from there in order to exploit the situation which is right in front of them. If they're smart enough, they are definitely going to implement that plan.
Yasir coming down the track this time. Will pick up a single. Well, that 6 that Sandeep hit over extra cover in the previous over. I don't think he minds.
Well, he will not mind for sure, but he'll have to compliment his partner. That's what I'm trying to say. And then if you give him on plate, he will always choose a mid-wicket over an extra cover.
Well, this time it's a longer putt and is not bothered to run. No, thank you. I don't want to run because I know that's gone for 4.
Look at that. Just pure timing. Just pure timing there. And definitely the natural power with the bat flow that comes along with his shot. I mean, if he gets going, I think we don't find any more dangerous batter than him in this entire circuit.
And yes, now he goes over a cow corner. Very effortless 6 there from Sandeep. What a shot.
Well, that's clobbed there. I mean, a lot of bottom hand power coming in place on that shot from Sandeep.
Back to the bowler this time. That'll be the end of the over. 15 bowled, 174 for the loss of 2 wickets.
It's going to be Shahan Akram who's going to continue. And that's played back to the bowler. It's a rare dot ball here coming in from Yasir.
24, 7 sixes. And he comes down the track, looks to go across, doesn't time it. Now Sandeep will be on strike.
Shahan into his 3rd over. That expensive here. I think it's all about how you give it that finish. We're talking about the last quarter of this innings. And just felt that it was a nothing shot played by Sandeep. The quick delivery, full toss. Just not able to get that connection or ideal shot selection there from Sandeep.
He's just trying to not give the batters room here. Bowling on the pads. That is nicely played. Very nicely done by Yasir Kaleem. Came down the track. It was slipped down the leg side and he just paddled it away for 4.
Good looking shot. Just coming in a tad early there and bowler reading him. But he was smart enough to adjust himself and play that shot to the right of Rahul Khanna. For Yasir batting at a strike rate of run a ball. 18 of 18 for him. And he plays it towards the extra cover. There is a man manning that area. And how often have we seen Yasir Kaleem playing towards extra cover and there is a fielder there?
Straight
it's
to the
not
fielder.
gone to the boundary.
Straight to the fielder. because they want to protect that extra cover region when Asif is there. Oh, Sandeep tries to bring out the helicopter. Doesn't quite get it right. Good over this from Shahan despite the boundary. 16 ball, 181 for 2.
And that's been played and dropped as well. There was a chance and Nilansh puts it down. One of the safest fielders in the house. And he lets that dangerous batsman stay. Hafiz definitely would not like that. He was outside the off stump and Yasir Kaleem slashing it towards the backward point. And to talk more about it, joining me in the comm box is going to be Nadeem once again. Nadeem, last 4 overs, what do you reckon would be the score?
Thank you, Asim. I will rather recommend fielding side not to drop catches. They already gave a chance to Asif when he was playing on 20, and he hammered them 100. And now they have dropped Yasir.
Now, that's a outside edge. Definitely not enough to win the race against Rahul Khanna. He'll get a couple of runs. So the dew has settled in pretty nicely. It's not going to be easy for the bowlers to grip the ball. Towels are out. And not sure what is going to be the approach here coming in from the second innings. Now, they've hammered the opposition here, I would say. 16.2 overs, 184 for 2. The best thing that they can do is bowl with a run rate of around 7.5 and finish it on a high. Keep the momentum on your side.
Definitely 200 is on card, but they need to make sure. And this time couldn't connect though properly. Chance for the fielder, and this time he has taken it cleanly.
I mean, it was outside the off stump. Look at that. He was trying to shuffle and outside the off stump. He could have slapped it over point region, but played an unnecessary shot there. I mean, if you're going to play that shot on that ball, you deserve to get out.
I think he was deceived by the lack in pace provided by Hafiz, and he went on with the shot. At the last moment, didn't want to change his shot, but good catch taken by the fielder over there. Sandeep goes after scoring 21. He has faced just 12 deliveries. Yes, Asim.
Well, deceiving by the pace is a different thing, but you have to have your shot selection looking at the line of the ball. You can't be premeditating your shot that you're going to be playing in that zone. If the ball is outside the off stump, it was almost close to the wide line. Could have slapped it over the point region. Not to be so, gave his wicket away. And that makes way for Hazrat Luqman. Now we've seen how dangerous batsman he can be if he gets into that zone of him. And it was the very same pair that was explosive against this opposition in the quarterfinals.
Definitely, 11S is hoping that it's not Hazrat Luqman's night. Otherwise, in these remaining balls, which are about 21, Hazrat Luqman can really hurt them bad if he stays till the end.
Starts off with a biggie. Is it big enough? Yes, it is. We'll have to wait and see for the signal of the umpire. And what a welcome. What a start here for Hazrat Luqman. And it's gone all the way. Had that been inside, Shahan Akram is such a safe fielder, he would have taken easily. But I think you couldn't ask for more.
It is not that long boundary, it's a small boundary, and look at the intent of Hazrat Luqman. Confidence of the IGM is really on the top.
I think that's wide outside the off stump and wide signal there by umpire Kashif. I mean, he's impressed me a lot. His umpiring standards have been really impressed me compared to the other senior umpires that we've seen in the domestic circuit. He has not taken time to settle in.
Definitely. Umpiring is something, a very difficult department in the cricket game. And this time, he intentionally played toward the third man area for a boundary.
Well, just throws the bat at it. It was pitched outside the off stump. He just throws the bat at it. Let it touch my bat and go anywhere. That was the approach behind that sort of a shot from Hazrat Luqman. And it does not matter how it comes. Just let them keep coming is Asif Mumtaz's message there.
You got to take such risk actually. Last 3 hours after this is remaining and you still have 7 wickets in hand and you are batting first. You got to take as many runs as possible, and Luqman shows that, okay, he is a typical shorter format, tailor-made player.
That's again outside the tram line. It's going to be called as a wide. You have to reball that, my friend Hafiz.
Now, Asim, considering that Hafiz got hammered for a 6 over a cow corner, now he is targeting to ball on the offside. So why is not putting the third man back?
Exactly my point, my friend. I was just about to raise that, and immediately a change being brought in. Just about to suggest square leg should come in. If he's targeting that area outside the off stump, you need to put brains in the bowler. He might not be able to think in the heat of the moment there, but you need to put things as a captain in his mind. That's played towards the covers. And that's just going to be a single there. That will be end of end over number 17. Interglobe Marine are 197 for 3. Here comes Shahan Akram. In the air. And Khalid Shah will just be a spectator. Playing it straight. And that's a big one there from the big man. I mean, you can't be bowling full toss to this man who's just come out to hit you sixes.
It's really asking for punishment, seriously. And I have seen, Yasser telling Luqman, try to run. He thought, okay, it's not going to clear the boundary. And Yasser is telling him, don't run, just stay there and hit.
Just like that? Well, action replay. Well, I'm not sure what he is up to here, Hazrat Luqman, but looks like he has a game of baseball after this.
He is practicing that, definitely. This is seriously brutal hitting coming up from IGM players. And, if you keep bowling full tosses and half volleys, you're asking for punishment.
Well, he's just making us look fool the way IGM has playing today. The way they are batting. We spoke about how tough it is a wicket to bat on, but the way they have been scoring here, it just looks as if how easy, you can't get an easier wicket than this.
Definitely, it's not an easy wicket to bat on, but it's brilliance of the players of IGM, the way they have batted tonight.
Once again, it's another six here. He's dealing in boundaries. I mean, forget about boundaries. He's just dealing in sixes at the moment here. Hazrat Luqman moves to 31 of 7. And Yasir Kaleem is just being entertained from the other end.
Definitely, most of the crowd really today we have got a lot of crowd over here. I mean, and they are interested in those sixes, and IGM batters are providing them that. Nobody is really looking after for those singles and boundaries now.
Well, I think that would give them a lot of confidence when they see Hazrat Luqman and players of IGM bat and hit these easy sixes. They would be wondering somewhere in their mind, when am I going to go in and hit those big sixes? Is it that easy?
Well, talking about these spectators, actually, we have got young spectators from... meanwhile, Yasir Kaleem bowled out by Shahan. Playing cross the line, misses it, and you miss, I hit.
Well, another shot that we've seen Yasir Kaleem back himself a lot for. But nonetheless, what's important is, at the end, beginning of the 19th over, Hazrat Luqman will be back on strike. That's what these kids are, flown from England to play some quality club cricket here. In fact, school cricket. They're touring the UAE, and I think it's the best time to come out and tour this country. Especially if you're a sportsman, you would want to have this sort of a mixed, pleasant climate.
Well, I had a word with their coach in the break, and he was telling that it's their privilege that they are watching cricket live here in Sharjah Cricket Stadium, the home of cricket here in UAE, and they are watching, you know, some brutal hitting coming up from the players of IGM. They're really having a ball.
Well, definitely, and so is this man on your screens, Hazrat Luqman. He definitely loves 11 A's. He's hammering with an axe, literally with an axe.
He's definitely got an axe in his hand. Well, I mean, the celebrations of the IGM batters, and earlier on, Asif has hit 100, and his celebration shows Arthrol style, and now Hazrat Luqman looks like he has got an axe in his hand.
Now, I think he is just trying to overdo things here, Hafiz. Try to bowl him short, outside off stump, the way you bowled at Sandeep. Because he is that man who's never going to play on the offside, those cut shots. How much, you know, whatever I've seen of Hazrat Luqman, he's definitely going to go on the onside, considering the fact that it's a shorter boundary.
Well, definitely, that is something Hafiz might be trying to do, but heat of the moment. And this time, a little slower in the air, beaten the batsman with the pace.
I think intelligent bowling. Intelligent bowling here from Hafiz. He's mixing the pace up, and that's what is going to fox this hard-hitting batter from KPK. And that has been sheer Pathan power that we've seen here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. People from KPK in Pakistan don't really believe more on technique. They eat mutton and they think like that. Most of them, I'm too from KPK, so I can understand that better.
Well, a lot of stories there coming from KPK.
People from KPK, they really enjoy their cricket. They like to bowl as fast as possible. That's what you have seen, that almost 4 fast bowlers, in fact 5 fast bowlers playing in current international Pakistani team. They are Pathans from KPK, Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf, Naseem Shah, so as Wasim, and there was another guy, Musa Khan. He is also from KPK. So, and apart from that, Fakhr Zaman is from KPK, and Rizwan. So, a lot of cricket is being played there in KPK.
Tauqir Riyasat has been sent up ahead of Shahnawaz Khan. Very interesting move. And he was among those run scorers there in that corporate tournament semi-finals that they played. It'll be interesting to see what sort of an approach Tauqir comes in with 8 balls to go. Played it straight, fielder, but it will drop short.
Well, couldn't time that ball, Tauqir clearly. He will get a run. Hazrat Luqman, the dangerous player, is on crease. He's playing on 33 and just faced 11 deliveries.
Well, if you're smart enough, Hazrat Luqman would want to take a single on this ball, keep the strike for the last over.
Let me tell you, Asim, this is not possible. He will go after the bowling. He will not take single. I don't think so.
No one knows a Pathan other than a Pathan. End of over number 19, 221 for 4. Well, an interesting move here. We have a left-arm spinner, Rahul Bhatia, bowling the final over. And swinging it hard. And Hazrat Luqman wants to keep strike. A wise move here.
I think it's a wise move, but if Rahul Bhatia bowls on the correct line, because the boundary on the leg side is big, if he bowls him on his pads, making sure that he hits him towards the deep square leg and deep mid wicket. But what I am seeing here, that deep square leg is coming inside, and they are putting him, the fielder over there, at deep extra cover. I don't think this is a wise move. I hope it works for him.
I think idea is to bowl outside the off stump. Exactly. Not sure if that's going to be going in favor of the bowler. Well, it looks like it's a legal delivery, and that's the end of Hazrat Luqman. But what a cameo he has played. 33 of 13 deliveries, and Sagar will not drop those. Easy affair for Sagar.
Well, change in that field worked for the bowler, and he managed to grab the wicket of dangerous Hazrat Luqman, who departed on 33, just faced 13 deliveries. The strike rate was 253.8. Well, sign of relief for Rahul Bhatia. This shall really help the fielding side. to reduce the damage.
Well, at least he had the capability of at least hitting two of them. And what you're talking about is if he hits two, talking about 235, 238. But now, there are about 4 deliveries to go in this over. Shahnawaz Khan will be on strike. Playing it towards the square leg will just be a single. Looks like a good finish here coming in for 11 A's, especially considering the last over, the way he has bowled.
Definitely, this over has been good for 11 A's. I think if they can restrict them to below 230, they still should be very happy. Then all it depends upon their batters. Meanwhile, Tokir facing and hits it straight and straight in the hand of the fielder over there. Good catch taken by Jihaz. So Tokir goes sharply after just scoring.
I mean, he actually measured his boundary where exactly it was. KK Gias making sure that he was in complete control while he took the catch. But that's the end of Tokir Riyasat making his way back to the pavilion. 2 of 4 for him. Interglobe Marine lose their 7. In fact, lose their 6. 223 for 6 after 19.4. A swing and a miss from Karnal Zahid. So what an over here from Rahul Bhatia. What a good finish coming in for 11 A's only if you consider the last over.
Definitely, this over has been good for them. And this time he played straight to the fielder. They will take a single. Yes, in fact, they will run for 2.
Awkward bounce right in front of Rahul Bhatia. And will fetch them 2 good runs. Making room for himself, trying to carve it towards the offside. Konain Abbas shying at the stump, and that, I mean, you really can't blame the bowler. Really can't blame the bowler, neither the fielder. It was just an awkward bounce, a bad bounce right in front of his eyes. And I think you really can't be harsh on any of the players there.
225 runs are scored by IGM, and look at the batting card. Asif right on top, 106 and just 50 deliveries. He really smashed them around. Hamid also scored good 31 on 19. Yasir scored 20 on 21. Sandeep 21 on 12. Hazrat Luqman 33 on 13. Very brutal. Tokir could score 2 runs on 4. Shahnawaz could score only 1, and Zahid could make 2 runs. 9s were the extra, and they have scored 225 for the loss of 6 wickets in their quota of 20 overs, which means 226 is the target.
Well, that's a big task here, especially how the wicket has played. But meanwhile, bowlers, nothing much to talk about except for Rahul Bhatia picking up 2 wickets there. Shahan, Khanna, Gias and Hafiz, they all picked 1 wicket each, but all were expensive. Khanna being the most expensive of the lot, conceding 35 in his 2 overs. But more importantly, he got that wicket of Asif Khan once again that I feel has made the difference of at least 20 to 25 runs in this particular match. Overall, it has been a dominant performance from IGM in this particular innings. And they'll have to bat it out the way they did here in the first innings. Was looking rusty there at the beginning. In the first 3 overs, they were at only 21 runs on board, 25 in fact. And from there, this was that moment in the game. If Hafiz would have taken it, I think we were talking about the 180 with Asim Mumtaz was talking about. Continuously hitting the fence, and it was exactly the same highlights that we were witnessing in the comm box. It was just in the real time. Boundaries scored at regular intervals. In fact, there was no interval per se. Interval that we had was only when the fielder was fetching the ball from outside. And picked up areas at their will. And Hamid got into the action. Got a hat-trick of boundaries. And, that was the end. In fact, that was the drop catch from Rahul Khanna. Chances being offered there at regular intervals. But that man on your screen, he was as loud as a roaring lion in the jungle. Watch at me, look at me. This is how continuously I'm scoring runs. And he was all over. Complete 360. Ball on the offside, he's going to back you out on the offside. Ball on the stumps, he's going to play you straight. Ball short, he's going to play you there on the onside. And that celebration.
Earthroll style celebration. What a player, Asif. And then in between, some good deliveries coming up from the bowling side. But some beautiful shots from Yasir Kaleem and Sandeep. This is typical. Again, another catch drop of Yasir, and this was the catch taken of Sandeep. And then it was Hazrat Luqman who was hammering the bowlers all around the wicket. He scored 33. Look at that. Full toss offered to him, and he is not going to spare that. Another straight 6 down the ground. And this time full toss, hammered over mid-off for another 6. And Yasir got bowled out trying to play the cross the line, and this was the wicket of Hazrat Luqman, which really helped them in the last over to restrict the batting side. This was the wicket of Tokir. So 225 runs are scored by IGM.
Now, is that enough or not enough? We will definitely take a short break and join you back in the second innings when Levinas will come out with that run chase.
Welcome back after the break. It was an absolute blitzkrieg when the team batted first. Interglobe Marine have managed to get 225 runs on board and 11 ace. Batting second will need 226 to win this game. That required rate from ball number 1 is 11.3 runs and over. You're all set for action to begin. First ball ready to get underway. This is Nishant Majid here saying hello once again from the iconic Sharjah Cricket Stadium. And straight away goes for the big one. It's in the air, lands safe. Now this is going to be the approach of the batsman. They don't have any other choice. Sometimes that clarity helps when you don't have a choice. And to say more about that alongside me to start proceedings is Asim.
Good
Welcome,
evening.
Asim.
Good evening, everyone. For sure, the weekend has started. I think many of them would have got into the groove or probably got into the groove of that India-Pakistan game and praying over the weekend that that game happens. But before that, it is this game that we are focusing on. Interglobe Marine taking on 11 Ace. And the man who can help them get to this uphill task of chasing 226 in 20 overs. I am backing 2 men out there. In fact, 3 of them. One is Usman Khan himself, Rahul Chopra and Konain Abbas. 3 men that I am backing that they can pull this off. Played it straight, played it handsome. And what a controlled looking shot here from Usman. Now, is the wicket playing a bit better, or is that, I mean, does it feel like?
Well, I have a feeling that, yes, the wicket definitely is playing a little better, no two ways about it. But also, as I said, they don't really have a choice. They have to go for everything.
Well, I think mixing up the pace will be very crucial here for IGM bowlers, especially the pace bowlers who are bowling in from the shorter end. You have to keep the ball outside the off stump. There is a sweeper cover placed as well. And look at that, beautiful delivery from Tawqir Riyasat. He gets through the gates of Usman Khan, and the man who could have made the difference is out back to the pavilion. What a delivery. Look at that.
Yes, it was definitely a good incoming delivery, but I think it was poor batting as well. Now, when you are in 2 minds, this is what happens. So if you are out there with an approach, then just stick to the approach. No foot movement at all. Was just plonking his bat at the delivery. They passed for 8 or 4. Konain Abbas, the captain, is the new man in. Full delivery on the pads, appeal for a leg before, but definitely going down the leg side there.
So big breakthrough, I would say, coming in for IGM, picking up that wicket of Usman Khan. Now, one danger man is still out there on your screens is Khalid Shah. He loves this format more than anyone else, I would say.
Well, the last time you saw him on your screens was when he looked very dapper in that jacket of his in the com box for the finals of the Bukhatar League.
Well, a different look, Khalid Shah. From a sportsman Khalid Shah to an expert Khalid Shah in the com box.
And now back to playing the sport. Pretty Dinesh Karthik-like journey for him.
And he keeps as well.
What a delivery. He's got the ball to move the other way as well.
No, that's his natural movement. I was taken aback, and I think that was one of the things why Usman also was double-minded, because naturally Tokir gets the ball away from the right-handers, and that ball suddenly holding on its line, movement as well in the air. I mean, I think that was a magical delivery that came through from him. Nonetheless, first over, 9 for 1, Lebanese.
Hazrat Luqman comes in and rare sight, Shah Nawaz misfielding. One of the better fielders.
Things are not going right for Nawaz in the entire world. Shah Nawaz on that occasion, a very unusual sort of an approach, as Nishan said. But I think when you put runs on board, that gives you that extra cushion. But you just can't make it a habit.
So Khalid Shah got an absolute peach the first ball that he faced. Now he's batting. And the shorter boundary is on the onside for him. Opportunity.
Well, likes to step down and then use that area, slice it over point. That's what Khalid Shah likes to do. Came down the track before even looking. Was premeditating. Luckily, the ball was way beyond the reach.
The fear, the terror of the shorter boundary is such. Hazrat Luqman bowls one way outside the off stump.
Now, Khalid likes to play, slash it over the point region. I might not have a deep square leg and keep a deep point with a bigger boundary. Regardless of how hard he slashes, the boundary is so big, it's not going to clear.
But just as you said, you won't have a deep square leg. He hits one straight to the fielder there.
Well, again, you're talking about a line that he has stuck to. He's bowled with, to the field, which is not a bad plan though. But if you look at it, he clearing the square leg boundary for a left-hander on the shorter side, it's going to be far more easier. Khalid Shah, who backs his pet shot, which is slicing over a point, you would probably have a deep backward point fielder back there and force him to play that shot with a slower delivery, mixing your pace outside the off stump.
Yes, ideally I would have a third man and a deep backward point in place, the two fielders outside the 30 yards, and then bowl short and wide outside the off stump to him. Ask him to go for the slashes.
I mean, a wider third man and a finer deep point with a backward point inside the circle. Force him to play that shot. He might execute one towards extra cover, but he will try to fancy that shot once again. Keep it bowling slightly at the back of the length so that he is forced to play that shot. Not easy to play towards extra cover.
And if you bowl back of the length, he'll be forced to play it in the air as well. Oh, looks to go over extra this time, Konen. And these things have become such an integral part of the game, and they play too much on the minds of the batsmen. Now you look at it, that shorter boundary is so much in their mind, they're actually trying to go for the shorter boundary. That shot from Koneni was already premeditated to hit it towards extra.
Now imagine, you have that fielder placed there. You have kept on bowling on the offside. Batsman shifts guard, comes closer to the line of the ball. And this one's played towards the backward point, and that's got a boundary. Making room for himself there, Konain Abbas. What a glorious looking shot.
That was nicely done again, backing away to give himself room. And that's what I'm trying to say, that the beauty of cricket is the fact that there is really no set template that you follow. You have to keep reinventing. You have to keep getting better and trying different things. Now, more and more as we look at the video analysis part of things, the matchups, these boundary dimensions, and all the talk surrounding that. Gorgeous drive. Gorgeous looking drive. There'll be another boundary. What a way to finish the over. A cut for 4, a drive for 4.
That was beautifully played. He knew where he wanted to deposit that. It was pitched up, over pitch delivery, meant to be punished, and punished nicely there from Konain Abbas. 2 overs gone, 11 is 20 for 1. That's what you were just talking about. Slashing over point, shorter boundary, you can't be bowling that. That deserves to be punished.
Yes, now that is fine. That is absolutely fine. He has hit it where he should hit it. So what I was trying to say in that previous over is something that, the cricket is moving towards probably becoming more a formulaic game than the artistic game that it used to be. Now, because when you talk of matchups, okay, right-hander on strike, I'll get a bowler who turns the ball away from the right-hander. It's as simple as that. Left-hander on strike, I'll either get an off-spinner in, or I'll get, even if the leg spinner bowls, he's going to bowl 4 googlies out of 6. Now that completely, I believe, takes away the charm and the challenge from the game, which probably was visible in the late 90s and the mid-2000s, where, the challenges were different, and you dealt with those challenges in different manners.
So exactly, Nishant, the challenges back then were, I feel, have been dealt with quality gears that are coming through, quality cricket bats. I mean, talk about, the bats that are being used by the domestic players here versus the bats that were used in 90s. I mean, there's no match there. These are far better quality bats that we are talking about being played here, the domestic players. And that plays a very important role, because even if you play a half-hearted shot and you know that that's going to be the zone that you want to target, it's still going to clear the boundary. If it's the shortest boundary, that is where the captains are actually forced to make a call. And meanwhile, that's a mistimed shot that goes for a boundary.
Just the thing that you're saying.
Exactly. Exactly what I meant to say is that mistimed shot, quality of the bats are so good that the ball still carries over to the ropes.
Well, and that's the problem. I think they should address the thing. Why improve the quality of bats?
Well, I mean, that's something which I don't think so. It's going to be a fair debate out here, Nishan. Why improve the quality of the bat? That's something you're telling an Apple. Why do you improve the quality of the camera?
No. My point is that why not do something about the balls as well? If you look at it, you're actually making the game a lot less bowler friendly with every update. And he goes to the big one. That will run away to the fence for 4. Now, if you want to improve the specs on a phone, I'm giving the example because you gave the same one. If you want to improve the specs on a phone, you have to improve the battery life as well.
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's no two questions about it.
But here, the game is only evolving for the batters, not for the bowlers.
Well, that's a different argument altogether. But here, we are talking about the matchups. How do you want to actually have a counter to it is by having a strategic approach towards the game. Now, when you are talking about the strategic approach, you have a plan. The game rules have been set. You have to have a plan in order to exploit the batsman's strength. Or maybe let him, force him to play at his weakness.
That's another cracking shot there. Another boundary added to the tally. And very, very well struck. But don't you think the same applies to the batsman as well? Now, what I'm trying to say is here the batsman is getting external assistance in terms of improved bats. The bowler doesn't have that external assistance. It's like Iron Man fighting, say, a Hulk.
Well, let me come back with a very interesting point here. Back then in 90s, if you looked at the quality of spikes that the bowlers used to use, you remember hard sole looks like a leather shoes that they're playing with. Back then, it was nowhere close to looking like a sports shoe. Those were the hard the leather shoes that they used to bowl with those nails at the bottom. Now, hasn't that improved, Nishant? Hasn't that been that additional assistance that has come into play? This is going to be an...
Well, I'll come back to that. 3 overs bowled, 39 for 1. But then, what is a bowler's tool? It's the ball. Just like the batsman's tool is the bat, the bowler's tool is the ball. The bats are improving to help batsmen. The balls are, in fact, going in the opposite direction.
Well, I think it's just about the quality of the bat, which is making things, tougher for the bowlers here.
And it's not just about the quality. If you look at the dimensions of the bats as well, the bats that were used in the late 90s, mid 2000s, if you look at that blade and this blade, the time is not far when the blade of modern day bats will be like the face of the bat in the late 90s and 2000s.
Well, I think that has been addressed by ICC. That has been addressed as a regulation that you need to have a set dimension beyond which your spine of the bat cannot be more than 60 mm. That is something that has already been implemented, because at a time this came through because David Warner was using a very thick blade which came into notice, and as a result, that time when he was in the peak of his form was put in as a rule from ICC that the dimensions of your bat needs to have a strict regulation. It cannot be beyond a certain limit.
That's a nice shot. Nice looking shot from Khalid. Again, he's picked up a single. Yes, I mean, regulations are required. Because I remember the Rajkot match between India and Sri Lanka. It was a 50-over game. India got 400 plus and Sri Lanka almost chased it down. That was the discussion, point of discussion, where people went gaga about, oh, what a game, what a game, what a game. But the pitch was bad, to be very honest. It was a terrible pitch. And Harsha Bhogle made a very good statement that cricket is a contest between bat and ball. It is not a contest between who hits better. That's Apesh, chance. But I think the ball will land safe, it does.
Well, now, you wouldn't have wanted a Saeed Ajmal incident to repeat here. Glad that the ball was away from them.
Yes, it was absolutely away from them. It actually landed in the no man's land, so no problems for any bowlers there, any fielders there. So yeah, I mean, it's not like you can it's not a competition of hitting runs. So if that was the case, then you might as well have a bowling machine and only have batsmen batting. You have to give the bowlers something. Oh, that's close. Oh, I think just missed the leg stump there. Did it. What do you reckon, Asim?
Well, I think I want to definitely have a look. Because if it wasn't bat involved, I think that was very close. Because I could see the leg stump. I could see the leg stump, my friend. Well, well, well. It was an arm ball, yes. That was something that was coming in, drifting in. But when I see the leg stump, it's tough to go in favor of the batter.
And now he goes over the top of the offside, might not reach the fence. Sandy giving the chase, they'll come back for 2. Good running between the wickets. And yeah, Harsha Bhogle mentioned that you like a boxing match because there are 2 people trying to hit each other. It's not about who is giving the better punches. It's not that one boxer comes, hits the punching bag, and gets points, goes back. The other boxer comes, hits the punching bag, and goes back. No, it can't be like that. That is again close. This time the finger goes up.
Well, didn't took long. Now that was out. All 3 stumps visible. Khalid knew that himself, that he has missed the ball completely. He was right in front of the stumps. No chance of getting away. Second wicket gone here for 11 ace, 45 for 2. Played it upish. And will manage to get 2 there. So they're scoring at a decent pace out here. They are above that required run rate. However, what is important is how they manage to keep things under control as far as the wickets column is concerned. Because the more frequent they get in terms of losing wickets, they're inviting more problem and making this run chase far beyond reach.
Yes, and I think in the 5th over, they managed to keep that around 11.2, almost the same as they started with. And I think Khalid has got a very important role to play in that. He did give them the good start that was required. And now it's all about carrying on. Sagar Kalyan is somebody who's very impressive. Got a very nice 100, if I'm not wrong, in one of the games in Bukhatir.
Yeah, and I think both the teams have merged themselves when they have come into this T20 competition. Ajman Heroes and 11 Ace. We see a combined 11 coming in from this. So the Ace has changed here. And that has been played very, very nicely there by Konen Abbas. It was a quick shot delivery and nicely adjusted by Konen. Gets a boundary.
He's using his height to good effect there. Very late to play that shot. Very effective 50 up in the 5th over. Not a bad start. They've lost a couple of wickets, but that is bound to happen because you're going to take chances when you know that the required rate is actually sitting on your head.
Definitely. That's something you got to be hunting regularly, the boundaries. And that's wavered down the leg side, and that has been a consistent problem for Colonel Zahid. He has been facing that problem since a very, very long time. He bowls those wavered wides. And Yasir Kaleem could not connect it as well. So these are gifts.
At this stage, Interglobe Marine with 44 without loss. The 12 runs ahead, 11 ace.
And ahead in terms of the wickets as well. Lost 2 versus none for IGM. But it's just about building a partnership. Regardless how short the format is, you just got to be building partnerships and getting the momentum on your side.
And looking to squeeze it away there. That is going to be a dot ball. Couple of deliveries remaining in this over. Kanan, 16 of 11.
Colonel took an in. Nicely worked around towards the square leg. That's a better approach. He could have actually, with his height, he could have actually played it a tad late and could have found the fence as well, because that was a shorter boundary that we were focusing on.
Yeah, he could have played it a little finer. Would have helped. And why I said that Sagar Kalyan is going to be a very important aspect of the run chases, because I think the 100 that he got it at a very good strike rate in the Bukhatar League.
Mind you, he was opening the innings and got to face majority of the balls in the power play. That's one of the main aspects as well that you can't ignore, and that's what he does. He exploits the field when it is in the favor of the batting side. Gets off the mark with the boundary, a glorious looking shot, likes to exploit that area outside the off stump, and beautifully done there.
Yes, of course, the power play was a factor, but also the intent, which is very important. And we saw a lot of intent in that innings, in that particular game. 5 overs bowled, 61 for the loss of 2 wickets. Asif Mumtaz to bowl his second over. Konan, he gets stuck into that one and holds out in the deep. Decides to take the longer boundary on and fails to clear it. It was struck well, but unfortunately for him, he picked the fielder in the deep. That will be the end of the skipper. He departs for 17 of 13 and 11 ace, 61 for the loss of 3 wickets. Rahul Chopra is the new man in, and joining me in the comm box is Nadeem. Rahul turns it away towards the onside for a quick single off the mark. Welcome back, Nadeem. 3 wickets lost. They're going on at a good rate, but they've lost wickets.
Thank you, Nishant. Yeah, that could be the problem for 11S tonight. 3 wickets lost and 3 important ones. And this time again a sweep shot, and he will earn a boundary on this. One bounce over the rope. Well, there is a fielder in place, but lucky for the batter, this time it went in the gap away from the fielder. One thing which I felt it good with the 11S, they're definitely showing the intent to chase this target. And this time he played in the air. And there's a filter over it. Good effort coming up from Evan Shafiq, but not enough. Ball was quite away from him, but still he put a dive in. Yeah, this is the kind of fielding effort Nishant required if you want to win the game.
Yes, that is a very good attempt. He really charged towards the ball. Defensively played this time by Sagar.
Talking about that fielding effort, he covered almost like 200-meter ground to reach to the ball, and still he put a dive in, although it was almost like 10-15 meters away. These are the kind of fielding efforts. And this time, tried to play the sweep, took an edge, but this will race away for a boundary. Important boundary coming up from for 11S.
Yes, that was a nice sweep shot there from Sagar. Boundary to end the over, is it? No, there's still a delivery to go. We'll have to check. It looks like that's the end of the over. Yes. 71 for the loss of 3 wickets.
Well, Harry is bowling from Sharjah Cricket Academy end, and still 153 runs required in 83 balls, 7 wickets in hand. Short ball put away toward the leg side, and this is racing away for another boundary. This is shorter boundary. Definitely if you are middling it, you have every chance to get a boundary or a 6.
Yes, that was nicely struck there, and he got it into the gap as well. If we can hit the ball in the gap, he will definitely get the runs.
Sagar is definitely showing intent, playing on 18, just faced 6 balls. And this time cut away on the offside. There is a sweeper in place. It will just be a single. Yes, it is.
They'll bring Chopra on strike.
Nishant, what is the highest run chase in the international T20 cricket?
T20 eyes?
T20.
T20 internationals.
Yeah.
I have to rack my brains. There's so much T20 cricket happening all around with these other nations getting international status as well. Just get a feeling it's not one of the bigger sides.
I got few statistics. I got few statistics, Nishant. It's Australia who has chased down 245 by losing just 5 wickets. But again, Auckland.
Against Auckland.
That's what the statistic shows.
Then that's not international cricket then.
No. In fact, its the venue is Auckland. Really sorry, venue is Auckland. But 245 is the run which they have chased.
Then that must be against New Zealand. That's slapped away. Straight to the fielder. They'll pick up a single.
That's what I was wondering, which country named Auckland. Actually, it's definitely they chased down against New Zealand. 245 runs. West Indies have chased once, 236 against South Africa. And England has chased 230 against South Africa. Look at the highlights of the inning of the 11S so far. Some good shots. What a brilliant ball to knock over one of the better playing in S11. Some good shots from the batter, and this was middle properly. And well, plenty of action so far in the inning of 11S. Some good shots. And this time, batsman played on the offside for another couple. Well, the current run rate is 11.3 and the required run rate as well 11.3.
That's very good. They're going on pretty well at this moment. Nicely tucked away. And they'll pick up a couple. That is excellent running between the wickets.
And don't forget the effort which put in place by Asif, senior player from IGM. Look at the dive, Nishant. He deserves appreciation.
Yes, absolutely. Made sure that he goes after the ball himself. Again, paddled away straight to the fielder.
Asif has taken 2 wickets, gave away just 20 runs in his 2.3 overs. Yesterday also, Nishant, we have seen the batters of 7 districts try to attack Saqib, who is a bit slow in the air, and considering him that he is one of the bowler who can attack, and in that fashion they lost first 3 wickets on the bowling of Saqib. And tonight here, 11S, they tried to attack Asif, and in that procession they lost 2 wickets.
Yes, Asif, of course, is one of the better bowlers. Very, very wily. Not an easy single. That's the best way to deal with him. But the problem is that in a run chase like this, you can't afford to do that. You can't afford to do that a lot.
The moment you play a couple of dots, your current run rate will go down, required run rate will really climb up. The good thing with Asif is that he knows his limitation. He is bowling from the end where he is protected by the big boundary over there, the longer part of the boundary, and he has kept 3 fielders over there. Meanwhile, 8 overs completed for 11S, and they have scored 85 for the loss of 3. This is a bowling card for you. Toki has bowled 2 overs, gave away 27 runs, taken a wicket. Hazrat Luqman, 1 over, 11 runs, no wicket. Asif, 3 overs, 21 runs, 2 wickets. Zahid, 1 over, 16 runs, no wicket. Harry, 1 over, 7 runs, no wicket. Only 9 runs are extra so far out of this 85 in 8 overs. There's the drinks back, and we'll catch you soon after this drink back. Well, Harry will be continuing to bowl from Sharjah Cricket Academy end. He has given just 7 runs in his first over. And he is up against Sagar, who is playing on 20, just faced 9 balls. This time, wide given by the umpire. Well, intent is good from the bowler, but it was too wide. He's trying to turn the ball away from the right-hander batter and inviting him to play towards the offside, where the boundary is a bit longer compared to the other side. Nicely played, but there is a fielder who will cut it off. A dot delivery. 10.8 is the current run rate. 11.7 is the required run rate. What a brilliant fielding by the fielder over there. And it's a big man, Sandeep. Nice effort coming up from Sandeep. 2 dot deliveries in this over. Switch hit. And he will just earn a single in the form of leg bias possibly. No, it's from the, yes, it is from in the form of leg bias given by the umpire. So only 2 runs came in this over so far out of 3 deliveries. Harry now will be bowling to, and this time he dragged it down from way far away from offside. Want to play shots on the leg side, knowing that it's a shorter boundary. But Harry is bowling very smartly, not giving the line which 11S batters are looking for. They want to hit him on the leg side. And this time short delivery and he hammers it. Couldn't time it properly. Well, not that an easy chance, but still, you know, it was a possible catch dropped by the fielder over there.
Yes, that should have been taken. That would have added more pressure on 11 ace. Chopra on strike now. Too far outside the off stump, slapped away, straight to the fielder, no chance of a run. 9 overs bowled, 89 for 3.
This time again slow in the air, Shahnawaz, and he played it toward the leg side. Well, that is I don't understand. I mean, it was way closer to the batter on the off side. He could have easily hit towards the extra cover, deep extra cover position. Why you want to drag this shot and want to play the sweep shot toward the longer part of the boundary?
And again he goes towards the longer part of the boundary. The ball will land safe. They will be cut off, but they'll pick up a couple of runs there.
Well, Nishant, if this shot was hit on the other side of the ground, that could have been 6. But here he will get only 2 runs.
Down the leg side, that will be called a wide. It is. So extra runs coming through. And similar delivery, similar result.
What Sharma is trying to do is that he is trying to bowl on the middle and off, and then he is getting the turn off spinner. And look at that, another 3 wides, 3 consecutive wides. He wants the batsman to play that lofted shot on the leg side, and he has got protection over there. There is a deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on at position. He wants the batsman to play short over there. But getting too much turn, I believe. Look at that. He's definitely getting turn, Nishant. The only thing is that the line is not good.
Yes, they've just got to bowl it a little towards off stump. Another wide. Plenty of wides in this over already. Comes down the track, goes over the top, and once again lands safe.
Lucky for the batter that it landed safe between those 2 fielders. He will get a run, but singles and doubles only will not really help 11 ace. The run rate required is creeping up to 12.4 per hour now.
Yes, this is exactly the problem. When you're chasing a big total, and that missed everything. Very lucky to survive there. That will be the end of the over. 10 overs bowled. It's 98 for 3.
Harry will continue to bowl his 3rd over from Sharjah Cricket Academy, and this time the batsman cut it away. There is a sweeper in place, but they will take 2 runs. Ahmed Shafiq usually is very quick, but the ball was quite wider than him. Meanwhile, good overs coming from Harry for the fielding side. He has just given 12 runs in his 2.1 overs.
Yes, that is the problem with these big run chases. Nadeem was trying to make a point in the last over that when the required rate is 11 and over, as a batting side you need 20 good overs. But the bowling side, 2 or 3 good overs and the match is in their bag.
Definitely. And that is something as a bowler you should believe. As a captain of the fielding side, you should believe that this match can get turned towards your favor. Quicker delivery this time. Well, last couple of hours boundaries have gone dried up. Batter wants to change the gloves. Harry to Sagar.
That's a powerful shot. What use of the bottom hand there from Sagar Kalyan. Beautifully struck.
Very good shot. And much needed 6 coming up for 11 ace and for Sagar. And Harry is literally pissed off with himself because after almost like 2 hours, this is first delivery that he has pitched toward the middle and leg, and it's been punished. And this time wents back and clears the boundary for a maximum.
Yes, lovely strike indeed. That was off the back foot. The previous one was use of bottom hand. This was pretty similar.
Well, Nishan, talking about that if the bowling side need couple of hours to change the match, it goes same for the batting side as well in T20. If you are, they are right now they are scoring at the rate of 10.5 and the required run rate is 12.2. So you just need another, good 2 hours in which you can score probably 20 per hour. If you can get that, this run rate will immediately jump down to somewhere like 9 or 10 per hour, which is very much achievable considering that if you have got 7 wickets in hand and you have got only 5 to 6 overs remaining.
Yes, 11 overs bowled, 114 for the loss of 3 wickets.
If they have enough batting power left in the dugout, the kind of Hazrat Luqman we see, this match is going to get very interesting, Nishant. This is still, I would say that kind of 55-45. A good partnership is coming up. Almost 54 runs are added between these two.
Very nicely done, running the first one quickly, but will only get a single. (116 for 3), required rate 12.7 and over now. Sagar on strike. Reverse attempted, top edge, land safe. Now the number of shots that have landed in the no man's land tonight for 11 ace is astounding.
Definitely, it's a kind of art some batters have got. They hit the ball where the ball fall, where no fielder is fielding. Shahnawaz, and this time sort of way toward the leg side. There is a fielder in place. Well, good running between the wicket. They have taken 2 when the ball was in the hand of the fielder over there. Captain is not happy. Until now, IGM has really fielded well. They have taken some good catches, dropped few, but still they are much better in the fielding compared to 11 ace tonight. This time I think it was a chance for Yasser Kaleem.
He looked a little disappointed, so I think that is the problem there. Comes down the track, doesn't time it well enough, but will manage to pick up a single. 12 overs bowled, 122 for 3.
Well, after 12 overs, 11S has scored 123 for the loss of 3 wickets. 122 rather, the scorecard which is shown on the screen. 122 11As after 3 wickets in 12 overs. 104 required in 48. Ahmed Shafiq this time bowls a wide ball. Sagar Kalyan is pick of the batter so far for 11S, playing on 42, has just faced 23 deliveries.
No timing on that one, but again it lands safe as they pick up a single.
No one technical weakness I have seen every time Sagar Kalyan trying to play that pull shot, and this time Chopra's go straight, in fact towards the long on for a single. The point which I'm trying to make, Nishant, here, that Sagar is trying to play the shot on the leg side, and he is going back to that shorter delivery, trying to play the shot over there, but his right leg is not really going toward the offside. If he moves across his right leg toward the offside, then he will be able to turn the ball toward the leg side, which he wants to aim basically.
Yes, just probably a little bit of premeditated movement will help. Again, trying to fetch it from outside the off stump. There's nobody in the deep square on the offside. There's no third man either. You would be better off playing those shots square of the wicket. At least get a couple of runs. Brilliant catch. Finally, the ball finds the hands of the fielder. Once again, looking to go across the line and paying the price there. Another wicket goes down.
Well, Sagar Kalyan gone after scoring 43 on 24. In fact, it's Chopra. It's Chopra. I think it's Sagar Kalyan who has got out. It's not Rahul Chopra. And look at that. Again, he wanted to play on the leg side, targeting that shorter boundary. But this time got a top edge, and what a brilliant catch taken by Shahnawaz. Shahnawaz is always very enthusiastic. He's very fit and agile on the field. Ahmed Shafiq will be bowling to Shahan. And this time played on the offside, but it will go straight to the sweeper over there. It will just be a single. 13 overs completed. 11S has scored 127 for the loss of 4. Shahnawaz will continue to bowl from Bukhatar end. And oh, beautiful delivery. What a turn he got. Bowled out. Typical off-spinner delivery. Shahan, who just came on the crease, didn't really know that the amount of turn which Shahnawaz is getting, went for that expensive cut shot, which was too closer to his body. Gone out. Another wicket down for 11S.
Yes, that is another wicket, and of course of a very good delivery. So that is the end of Shahan, and they've lost 5 wickets now.
Oh, this time the ball turned away from the right-hander. Chopra playing on 19. Khanna, Rahul Khanna, yet to off the mark, and this time he plays straight. Might be in the hand of the fielder. Yes, another wicket goes. Rahul Khanna goes without disturbing the scorecard. 11S lost their 6th wicket on 127 in 13.2 overs. 3 hours rather, 13.3 overs.
Yeah, they're just not going their way at this point in time. Khanna is the man who departs out for a knot. They're just throwing it away now. 99 needed of 39 deliveries there. You can see looking to go down the ground. Bat splicing in his hands. And that was comfortably taken by Sandy.
Well, Shahnawaz has taken 2 wickets, 2 quick wickets. And both the wickets he got in this over gave away just 17 runs in his 2.3 overs. And he will be bowling to Nelange. Oh, good running between the wicket. Well, IGM is very much on top of this game. It's because 11S have lost 6 wickets. They are playing on 128, but they still need 98 runs in just 38 deliveries with the required run rate of 13.6. Shahnawaz testing the patience of the batters by bowling those slow off spinners, trying the batsman to hit those uppish lofted shots, and he has got 3 fielders in place to catch them.
Final delivery of the over coming up. That's slapped down the ground. Single taken. 14 overs bowled. 130 for the loss of 6 wickets.
Ahmed Shafiq is bowling from Sharjah Cricket Academy end. Ahmed Shafiq has just given 4 runs in his first over. And this time, well, Yasir Kaleem a bit enthusiastic. In fact, quite optimistic over there. Nelange playing on 2. Nicely flipped away on the leg side. He will take a single.
So Chopra will be on strike now. Batting on 20 of 23. Drives it down the ground. Comfortable single it should be. These singles won't bother them at all. Easily driven down the ground. Another comfortable single. So it's all about deciding what do you want here. Whether you want to go bang bang and throw it away, or just bat as long as possible.
Ahmed Shafiq. This time, another good delivery. Another dot delivery. Ahmed Shafiq completes his 2 overs. Just gave away 7 runs and taken a very important wicket. 11S is playing on 133 for the loss of 6 after 15. We have got very agile audience over there in the dugout. This is the betting card for you. Usman fell cheaply after scoring 8 on 4. Khalid could score 23 and 13. Konen scored 17 on 13. Sagar Kalyan was pick of the batters, could score 43 runs, faced 25 deliveries. Shahan could score only 1 run. So this summed up to 133 for the loss of 6 after 15. They need 93 runs in 30 balls. That means 13.6 is the required run rate. Shahnawaz is bowling brilliantly. And this time played on the leg side, straight to the fielder, another dot delivery. Pressure is building up.
Yes, absolutely. Now the current rate is 8.87. Nilansh slogs it across the line, on the full to the fielder in the deep. And another single taken. .134 for 6 now. Comes down the track, doesn't time it. Again, it will be just a single.
Well, the inning of Chopra is really not helping the batting side. 11 ace. He's playing on 22 and faced 26 deliveries. Mind you, the run rate right from the beginning was around 11 per hour. Whereas Chopra, a beautiful fielding over there by the fielder, Tokir, slides down and pick the ball. Has just restricted the batsman only for couple. In fact, just for a single, rather. How you can describe this running between the wicket, Nishant, when you need 13.6 per hour? And both the players are young.
Well, I think they've just probably given up already.
And that's something you don't want to see on the cricket field, that the team gives up. I'm sure their coach, Shahzad, is a very experienced player himself. He has played for UAE international team back in 1996, which played that World Cup in subcontinent in India and Pakistan. I'm sure that he will be noticing down a lot of things tonight. Meanwhile, 16 overs completed for 11 as, and they have scored 138 for the loss of 6. And this time Nilesh played on the leg side. Couple of bounces in the hand of fielder over there. Just a single. Well, somebody had to have some boundaries. We got to see who is able to do it, but it really looks very difficult task now. 87 needed on 23 balls. And Chopra really taking just singles and doubles. He's trying to come down the track, but and he is doing that, but he is not getting that elevation which can help him clear the boundary.
Well, that's definitely a bit of trouble if you look at it. They've just not managed to get things right. This time we'll pick up another single. That's what they're doing.
Chopra 24 of 28 right now. And that is the one that you were talking about. Might not reach the fence. Asif gives it the chase. Excellent, excellent work there.
Well, beautifully fielded over there by the captain, setting the example for his teammates. He is one of the senior players playing tonight, and look at the efforts, commitment. This is what required when you are playing such an important game, which unfortunately was missing from most of the players of 11S. And that really hurt them, those drop catches and misfielding. Again, Nishant, had they taken the catch of Asif and Hamid earlier on, and then later on the catch which they dropped off Yasir Kaleem, really hurt them badly.
Yes, I think the catches that were dropped early on, that made a lot of difference indeed. 17 overs bowled, 145 for the loss of 6 wickets.
Harry will be bowling his 4th over from Bohatar end this time. He has given 26 runs, still wicketless, but bowled pretty well considering the required run rate. This time again, Nishant will just be able to manage to take a single.
Yes, I think the intention is to bat 20 overs, get as many runs as possible, reduce the margin of defeat here.
You think that's a good approach? They got still 4 wickets in hand.
I mean, there's not much you can do about it. Rather think about net run rate right now. That's driven straight to the fielder. That is going to be another dot ball.
Chopra, playing on 27, has consumed 31 deliveries. Harry will be bowling to Chopra. Well, another dot delivery. Wanted to play the flick shot, but missed it. Ball hit the pad, went straight to the fielder standing at short third man position. Dot delivery.
Comes down the track, no timing on that one, gets it past the bowler, and they will amble across for a single.
Left armer Harry bowling to left-hander batter Neelansh. and he hits it toward the long off for another single.
Final delivery of Harry's spell. None for 29. Comes down the track, pushes it back to the bowler. Dot ball to finish. 18 bowled, 148 for 6.
It's a betting card for you. Well, except Toki, rest of the bowlers, I think they bowled really very well. Zahid has given 16 runs, a little expensive, but captain relied on his spinners more than the fast bowlers, and spinners really did well. Ahmed Shafiq will be bowling to Nilansh, and this time Nilansh tries to hit the ball. Well, I really see first time Nilansh really took the steps and showed some intent to clear the boundary, but he chose to hit toward the longer part of the ground.
That was probably that wasn't quite the plan, but looks like he didn't have much choice with the direction of the delivery there. Short ball pulled, nicely struck, but straight to the fielder. That will just be another single. Yes, they are just happy picking up those ones. .150 up for 11 ace with that. And he comes down the track, goes straight back past the bowler. One bounce into the fence for 4.
Well, good shot coming up from Nilansh, but I think it's too late now in the game. Nevertheless, if he can play a couple of more shots like this will really boost his confidence for the next game. And this time again he will go straight, and this will be another boundary for him. Another good shot. Well, Ahmed, who is a very good bowler, he knows that, okay, they have got a lot of runs to score, trying to bowl a little slow, and inviting Nilansh to hit that uppish shot, lofted shot, so that that fielder standing at long on position can be utilized. And this time, straight in the hand of the fielder, Shah Nawaz, who makes no mistake. Nilansh departs after scoring 21. He has faced 18 deliveries. Wanted to repeat the shot which he played in the last delivery. Ahmed Shafiq takes second wicket. 11s lost their 7th wicket on 146. Beg your pardon, 158 11s for the loss of 7 wickets after 18.5 overs. Ahmed Shafiq balls to Rahul Bhatia. A dot ball. 19 overs completed. 11s, 158 for the loss of 7. 68 runs required on 6 balls. And look at that, the big man Sandeep came to bowl the last over. And Rahul Bhatia misses it again. 69 needed on 5 deliveries. I'm really seeing first time Sandeep bowling. I've seen him batting.
And Chopra decides to go after him and welcomes him with a 6. Very nicely struck.
Well, Sandeep got the test of his own recipe. He is known to hit 6s, and he has been given the welcome by the batter over there. It's Chopra who hit him a 6, and this time Chopra goes again big, but the shot will get cut off. 2 runs will get added to the score.
"37 of 38 for Chopra now. Short ball pulled away. And that's into the gap for 4 more. They needed more of this a little earlier.
Well, Chopra has definitely managed to increase his strike rate in last 2 to 3 deliveries. He was below 6 before, now has got 41 on 39 balls. Well, it's really, we can call it late fury, Nishant.
Yes, very late. Comes down the track and pulls again. Once again, it's going in between the 2 fielders. Little bit of footwork there. And they will pick up 2 more.
Very good commitment coming up from Ahmed Shafiq. He's a young player, very good player. He knows that, okay, his team is winning. 55 needed on just 1, but still look at the commitment. Almost covered 100 meter and picked the ball, stopped the boundary, restricted the batsman only for 2, saved 2 runs for his team. Sandeep bowling the last ball of the inning of 11s, and he goes big, and this will clear the boundary. 6 will get added to the score of Chopra as well as for 11s, but still they will lose this game against IGM, who has won this game very convincingly. Handshakes in the middle as IGM has won this game against 11s. This is the second match happened today of Sharjah CBFS T20 2022 Season 2 tournament. And this match happened between IGM and 11s. 2 very good sides. At the end of the match, IGM came very powerful side. They batted very well. Asif scored 100 and some good quick 20s and 30s coming up from their batters with the likes of Yasir Kaleem, Hamid and Hazrat Luqman, followed by brilliant bowling from their side, spotted by their fielding as well. Look at the scorecard of 11s. Osman scored 8, Khalid 23, Conan 17. Sahir Kalyan was one of the batter who was going well, but he departed on 43. Chopra scored 49, but he consumed 41 deliveries. Shahan scored 1, Khanna scored 0. Nilanch scored 21 on 19. Rahul Bhatia remains not out on 1, and Chopra remains not out on 49. 17s were the extras given by IGM. That's too much actually in this 178 score. This is the bowling card for you of the IGM. Tokir gave away 27 in 2 overs, taken a wicket. Hazrat, Lukman, 1 over, 11 runs, no wicket. Asif, 3 overs, 21 runs, 2 wickets. Zahid, 1 over, 16 runs, no wicket. Harij, 4 overs, 29 runs, no wicket. Shanawaz, 4 overs, 25 runs, 2 wickets. Ahmed Shafiq, 4 overs, 24 runs, 2 wickets. Pick of the bowler for me. Sandeep bowled the last over of the game, gave away 21 runs and no wicket. Well, this is the match summary for you. Interglobe Marine won the toss and they have scored 225, losing 6 wickets in their 20 overs. Asif scored 106 in 50. Hazrat Lukman 33. Hamid scored 31. And bowling against them, Rahul Bhatia, 2 overs, 22 runs, taken 3 wickets. Rahul Khanna, 1 over, 35 for 1. Hafiz in his 4 overs. Conceded 36 runs. 11 S batters. Chopra scored 49. Sagar 43. Khalid scored 23. And IGM bowlers Asif gave away 21 runs, taken 2 wickets. Ahmed Shafiq gave away 24 and taken 2 wickets as well. Match 3 is coming live from Sharjah Cricket Stadium tomorrow between Sri Lions and Coletta Professional Chocolates. Another cracker of the game will be witnessed over here in Sharjah Cricket Stadium, the home of cricket here in UAE. Well, we will take a short break and in fact we will take you to the ground where Nishant will be waiting for the prize distribution ceremony of the match little quickly.
Once again, the team batting first, winning quite convincingly. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-match presentation of the SkyExchange.net CBFS T20 League Season 2 powered by Fan Code. Before we begin, we'd like to thank Sharjah Cricket and all the administrators involved behind the scenes for their support in hosting this tournament. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, title sponsors SkyExchange.net, official streaming platform, and powered by Fan Code, event partners TCM, toss partners Arba Sports Services, associate sponsors rsook.com, support sponsors Toyom Sports Limited, and merchandise partners 7 Districts. In match number 2 of the tournament, IGM defeated 11 Ace quite convincingly by a margin of 48 runs. It's time for us to announce the player of the match. Before that, I'd introduce you to Mr. Tahseen Javed. The match referee will be doing the honors. Good evening once again, sir. Well, of course, it was that game where it was not very difficult to pick who the man of the match will be, and that is because of a swashbuckling 106 of 50 balls. Our Sook player of the match is Asif Khan. Well, he receives a gift hamper from rsook.com and also a 20% discount voucher on all products purchased from rsook.com. वेल आसिफ, बुखातिर लीग से मैं सुन रहा हूँ कि लाला जब मारने लगते हैं तो अच्छों की छुट्टी हो जाती है. आज देखने को मिला. क्या अप्रोच था, क्या प्लान था जब आप बैटिंग करने गए?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह का शुक्र है टीम जीती है, तो मेरी कोशिश यही होती है कि मेरी परफॉर्मेंस से अगर मेरी टीम जीते तो मुझे अच्छा लगता है. मेरी कोशिश यही होती है कि मैं अकॉर्डिंग द प्लान खेलता हूँ, और बॉलर पे मेरी कोशिश ये होती है ज़्यादातर अटैक करता हूँ शॉर्ट फॉर्मेट में, ताकि बॉलर बैकफुट में जाए. उसमें बॉलर से गलती होती है तो मैं अपना हिट आउट करता हूँ. तो प्लान यही रहता है.
तो मतलब कहीं ना कहीं आज मुझे देखा, जब मैंने आपको बुखातिर में भी देखा था, आज भी देखा, तो जो मुझे फील हुआ कि कहीं ना कहीं 50 ओवर के क्रिकेट जब खेलते हैं तो थोड़ा अपने आप को बांध के रखने की कोशिश करते हैं, जबकि 20 ओवर में पूरा खुल के खेलते हैं.
नहीं, थोड़ा डिफरेंट होता है. 50 ओवर गेम में आपके एज ए सीनियर प्लेयर जिम्मेदारी होती है, तो कोशिश करते हैं बैटिंग को डे बाय डे भी अपना इम्प्रूव करते हैं. और 50 ओवर में ये होता है कि आपको लंबा जाना होता है. 50 ओवर का गेम होता है. 2020 में आपको पता है पहले 6 ओवर बड़े इम्पोर्टेंट है, जो मैं समझता हूँ. पावर हिटिंग नहीं होती है 6 ओवर में. अगर में आप अच्छा टोटल कर, बड़ा टारगेट है वो सेट करने में आसानी होती है.
पिच जब हमने आज शाम को देखा तो हमें लगी कि पिच थोड़ी ट्रिकी है, बट आपको तो ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं लगा. पिच के बारे में क्या कहेंगे आप?
नहीं, पिच तो माशाल्लाह बहुत अच्छा था. ऑलवेज पिच अच्छा होता है, लेकिन फिर वही हमारे पास माशाल्लाह बैटिंग पावर बहुत है. तो हमारी कोशिश यही होती है कि पहले बॉल से आपने देखा होगा स्पेशली अमीर खान, सैंडी, उनको हमने रोल ही ये दिया अटैक करना है. मैं थोड़ा नॉर्मल क्रिकेट खेलता हूँ, तो फिर साथ मैं भी एकदम पगला खेल डाल देता हूँ पोजीशन के साथ.
नहीं, मतलब ये अगर नॉर्मल क्रिकेट थी तो अब अग्रेसिव क्रिकेट में 300 बनाएंगे लगता है.
नहीं, लास्ट अभी एक मैच हुआ उसमें हमने 350 बनाया है, जिसमें मैंने भी सेंचुरी की है, सैंडी ने भी की है. तो 29 बॉल पे अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 100 किया. तो इस वीक में थर्ड सेंचुरी है मेरी. तो लगे हैं, कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
ये उम्मीद है कि और एंटरटेनमेंट आपसे देखने को मिले. बहुत अच्छा खेले. कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस एंड ऑल द बेस्ट.
थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Well, right then, that is all we have for tonight. Of course, it was a fantastic batting display by Asif Khan, and very similar to the way he talks, very candid. That's all for tonight. We'll come back tomorrow with more cricket. And of course, to catch all the excitement, do tune in to the official streaming platform Fan Code. And of course, you can also find the matches live on the Sharjah Cricket Facebook page and YouTube channels. That's all for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, on behalf of everybody here, it's goodbye and good night from Nishant Majid here. Do take good care. Sleep well.